Hey everybody, this is Ryan Cozy, just doing a year-end review update for Global Connections. And a couple things I just wanted to focus on is just being thankful at the end of the year. A couple of really cool things that happened in the past week, two which I was able to partake in early this week, and then one that I'll be participating in this week Sunday, which is kind of cool. So, I share these stories with you all because without bicycles and without furniture and without clothing right now, these are things that are very tangible and things that are helping us to immediately step in and help students and help the university. And I'm super encouraged by that. So let me tell you a couple of cool stories real quick. Number one, we had a Nigerian student just move in recently into the area, and was able to give him a warm coat, which was great. But after being at his apartment, I could tell this man, he had a kitchen table and a chair and a computer is pretty much what he had. And he's a graduate student. And so just through a series of conversations and texts, I was like, hey, I think we can help you out. What do you need? And so I actually had a chance to take my daughter Morgan with me. She's my third oldest, and just was really a good experience. Bed, chairs, nightstand, coffee table, just things that honestly we have around and we take for granted. I think many times we were able to kind of fill this young man's apartment up. And it's just interesting. I'm always blown away by my kids' perspective when they step up and help out with the stuff. And by the way, kids are super helpful, which is really cool. My daughter Morgan was just a huge blessing for me on this day. And I just asked her on the way home in the truck. I was like, hey, what'd you think? And she said, it just really brings me a smile when I can see an apartment that's empty, and by the end of it, we actually have things that have helped this person. And so, this is just a shout out and a thanks to all of you who have been so faithful to donate items and for us to have some quality clothing and quality furniture available to help out with these things. So it's really cool. Second story involves a student from Sri Lanka. And again, took my daughter Morgan with me a couple days ago. And as we were delivering those things before church on Sunday, one of the needs that this young man had was he needed a bicycle. And by the way, I'm going to talk about this more. We need bikes. International students really need bicycles. And so I know that this is something where maybe a little bit different in the past. Like the storage locker is probably going to start being used for furniture and for bicycles because this is a real need that really helps out. And I happened to not have any bicycles available, but through the generosity of some donations that came in, I said, well, I'm just go to Walmart and pick up a bike. And so headed over to Walmart. He had some furniture needs, this student from Sri Lanka. So we were able to address those needs. He needed a study table. And so we were able to stop by his apartment. And again, just the ability to have the resources to give someone a new bike that's a graduate student, just basically trying to make his life better, trying to make his family's life better. And he's coming to America to study in graduate school at a good university. It's just a special moment when you're able to knock on the door and actually have something that helps this person with their life. And so I was just really, really encouraged by that. The last story that I have, just in terms of some cool things that God's doing, is we have a professor in the math department reached out to me. And, math is a kind of a special department for me. I was heavily engaged in mathematics in graduate school and have a pretty robust knowledge of statistics that it's just a really good pragmatic form of mathematics that I love and I use regularly. But there's a student and his sister have actually, apparently there is a war in Azerbaijan. I think it's Armenia and Azerbaijan are at war right now, and this man was taking classes and is finally able to come to the States and get out. And he and his sister are in need of some furniture. So this Sunday we're going to be helping out with that situation as well. And we'll see what we have in the storage facility, and we'll use what we have, and the things we don't have we'll go find. So those are just three real meaningful stories that are very much a part of your contribution to give us things that we can tangibly bless students with. And so I'm really pumped about that this Sunday. That leads me to an update that I wanted to give you all about furniture intake. I had pumped the brakes a little bit on furniture, in the fall, because I just was in a spot where we had a full storage locker, and through the last few months, I've been able to really very distinctly get rid of things that have served as a blessing. And so one of the storage lockers is actually starting to empty out pretty well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing intake of furniture again. But there's some very specific things that we need help with. Okay, so couches would be one. Beds that have the box spring with it would be a second thing. Twin beds, double beds, queen beds. King beds, probably not super helpful. But if you have twins, doubles, or queens, let me know. Reach out to me. Tables and chairs. So we've had a really significant run of kitchen tables and study tables and chairs, and we're out. This is a need that a lot of students have expressed a desire for help with. And so even recently, I had to pick up a couple of folding tables at Walmart because I didn't have anything in the storage locker. So couches, beds, box spring included, no king mattresses, queens, doubles, twins, and then any tables or chairs that you have, I'll take. And so it might take me a little bit because I work a full-time job and I just can't, I Monday to Friday, I don't have all that time. But I'm willing to make the rounds on Tuesdays and Thursdays and on the weekends if needed. I have a truck. I can figure out a way to pick this stuff up. But if you have it and it's quality, it's good, it can be reused. Let me know. And then, I might just ask for some photos, just to make sure that, it's kind of worth the trip to go pick up. I don't mean that disrespectfully. I just have limited time. And so I just want to make the most of that time and make sure that we're picking up good things that can be a blessing to students. So, as always, I just appreciate everybody's help. I do have some financial needs that I'll kind of continue to ask for help in. I know there's been some folks who have stepped up and helped out, and I'm super thankful for that. But you'll see some more communication about that, and just would ask that if that's something that you can help with, that's awesome. And if it's something you can't help with, that's okay too. God knows the need, and He'll meet the need. So God bless you. Happy end of 2020, I guess I should say. Been one heck of a year. Let's see what happens in 2021. But, I know I'm only a handful of months into this, but I'm super grateful for everyone's help and participation in helping me to on-ramp at Global Connections. And I'm thankful for this opportunity, and I look forward to, basically continuing to serve in this capacity as we head into 2021. God bless you, gang. Happy New Year.